Good evening. While Facebook is building our audience, I want you to follow us on Instagram. Good evening. Good evening. I see some people are getting on here now, and we are going to be discussing PPP, Paycheck Protection. We're going to go ahead and get started. I do want to tell you about our upcoming seminars, and our upcoming seminars are February the 6th, Workers to Bosses, in 120 days. That will take place. It's a virtual live seminar where we will be able to answer questions and give feedback, and we'll give you the platform to show you how to go from a worker to boss in 120 days. And that's February the 6th, from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. The early bird special ends next week on the 15th. It's $99 for right now. Also, we're going to have a real estate investing course on February the 20th. It is a live virtual seminar again, and it is going to be broke to paid in 120 days. Right now we have the early bird special going on for $99, and it is also from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock as well. But we're going to go ahead and jump in, and I'm kind of streaming live, so I'm watching. Thank you, Q. I'm so glad for your support. I'm going to jump in, and I'm going to be watching both of my streams, so you're going to see me watching both cameras at the same time, so that I can give attention to both people. Feel free to drop your questions, ask your questions. But I do want to update you on PPP. I know that a lot of people missed out on the opportunity last time just because they did not have a full understanding, a full grasp of what PPP is. It's the Paycheck Protection Program. It is not where you apply through the SBA. That is a totally separate loan. This is where you're going to go through either a bank, or you can go through your credit card processing company to do this. Everybody that was doing PPP last time, we are almost positive that they are going to be doing it this time. But do not, and I know that there's going to be some people that's, I'm trying to get my money. Well, the process is a little bit different, and the calculations are going to be a little bit different from last time to determine your assistance with PPP. It's going to be different paperwork. They've actually streamlined the paperwork. So if you did get PPP the last time, we're going to go over if you got the PPP last time, and then if you've never gotten PPP. So that'll be the second part of this video. But this first part of this video is going to be catered to people that have received PPP during the first round. Those people, they have most of their information. They've already been verified through that entity. So I highly encourage you to go back to the place where you got your first round of PPP, because they've got most of your information on file. Also, a lot of those places are going to be emailing you because, of course, they want your business all over again. So some of the places right now are doing what they call a pre-application, because we are still waiting on guidance and guidelines as to how everything needs to be done. But I'm going to give you what we know as of now. So will it hurt you to do the pre-application through whatever entity that you choose to do? If you through the bank that you went through previously? No. Go ahead and do the pre-application part right now. But are you going to get approved and funded right now? No, because they're going to be asking you for additional documents. They're going to be asking you for additional documents. It depends on, and I'm not going to get into that because it's going to get into like accounting work, but it's going to vary depending on if you are cash or you do yours as accrual. So, and most people, 95% of businesses, they're working from the cash aspect and not the accruals perspective. So therefore, this time it's going to be a little bit different. They're going to be looking for a 25% decrease in revenue, gross revenue. That means your gross from 2019 to 2020, they want to see that you had a loss of 25%. Gross means before taxes, before you paid for advertisement, before you pay payroll. That gross means what you brought into your business. And they want to see a loss in 2020 versus the same quarter in 2019. So most people that I know and I've been talking to, their greatest loss is probably going to be in the second quarter of 2020, because that's pretty much when everybody was shut down, beginning in March. Well, March is at the end, and it could be your first quarter, but depending on your business, because some people are working seasonal businesses, so it may not be your, but more than likely, most people are going to either have a shortage in the first quarter, which would cover January, February, and March. That's the first 3 months of the year. And then the second quarter would be April, May, and June, your second quarter, because most places was just opening back up if they were able to open and kind of getting things going. So either most people are going to claim their 25% loss. So what is 25%? I'm going to use round numbers just so that I can do them in my head. So that means that in first quarter, if you made $10,000, then in first quarter of 2020, you made $10,000. In first quarter of 2019, you made $10,000. Well, a 25% decrease would be if you made $7,500 or less in that same quarter of 2020. That's what they're looking for. So you're going to need, they saying that they're going to look for receipts as well as P&L statement, profit and loss statement. You can do a profit and loss statement by hand, or I would suggest some accounting software, or get with the person that does your that does your taxes. They can help you with this to get your P&L statement together. Your gross is going to be off of your gross receipts. That means how much your business took in. They're going to look for a 25%. I can't stress this enough. They're going to be looking for a 25%. Does it have anything to do with your tax return? No. Also, during this time, they're going to allow you to use the money for more things, utilities, rent, different things like that. There's going to be more leniency with you being able to use the money for more things. Also, on this second round of PPP, for the people that got it the first time, then you want to look at it, because people that are in hospitality and the food industry, they're going to do your calculations based on 3.5%. 3.5 times your payroll. Everybody else is going to fall under 2.5 times their payroll, but people in the food industry are going to get 3.5 times their payroll. So if you don't have a 941, just like the first time, you can use your payroll where you paid yourself. Sole proprietors, that means that people that may work for themselves doing gig jobs, you still would qualify for PPP, but you got to show a gross reduction of 25%, and it's got to be in the same quarter that they're going to be comparing it to. Also, with the people that got it the first time, you're going to have already spent all of your PPP money from the first time. You can't still hold on to that money and wait for them to give you more. And I'm pretty sure the average person has spent that money on payroll since they got it. So they want to know that you've already distributed those funds that you got the first time before they will give you more money. Also, if you can, and if you never got PPP before, your business would have had to start prior to February the 15th of 2020. So even if you started in 2020, this time you will be eligible for PPP. But they're going to give you different guidelines, and each lender is going to have their own guideline as to what documentation they're going to need because you did not have your business in 2019. So you're not going to be able to compare your 2019 quarter to your 2020 quarter. So they will make provisions for that. So you're going to need, and that's a part of what they're waiting for direction on, and to the extent and what kind of documentation. They're going to require less paperwork from you as far as information on your business, but they're going to want more documentation as far as the income, the revenue goes. If you have any questions, please do drop your questions and I'll try to answer them as best as I can. But as of right now, the PPP is open, but they're not actually expediting and approving and giving people funds. But you want to make sure that you understand, so that way you'll know which quarter you need to go ahead and compare each quarter from 2020 and each quarter from 2019. So you'll know once these portals open up, you'll know which quarter you're going to use to show your greatest loss of 25% or more. I cannot stress to you enough that you cannot go off of the last guidelines for the new PPP especially if you are a sole proprietor. Do you have any questions about PPP? I'm going to keep updating my videos. I'm going to keep you in the loop. And if you need help with processing your PPP, we will be more than glad to do so for you. And we can just give you the list of documentation, but we're still looking for direction on that. Also, if you got the first loan of PPP, then you still have time to do the forgiveness part, and they've condensed that forgiveness part down to a one-page certification. So with that being said, if you want to do your your forgiveness part, go back to the original people that you got your PPP loan through and let them direct you on the forgiveness. Some entities are telling people to hold off until February before they do their forgiveness because of the new administration that's going to be coming in and the transition, and to also give the SBA time to tell them exactly what they need for the forgiveness. Since under 150,000, there's only going to be one-page certification. So, like I said, if you have any questions, please do feel free to contact me. Also, I want you to know that in that class on February the 6th, Work of the Boss, we're going to be going over some of the grants, some of the stimulus packages that will be out at that time. So that way you'll be familiar. So the course that I've offered the course before, but each time that I have that course, even though it has the same name, I update the information that is being presented to make it relevant for people at that particular time. I think we got to, being as though I didn't apply the first time, would that hinder me this round? Absolutely not. you're just going to have to get the information from the entity that you decide to apply and make sure that you were in business by February 15th of 2020. Now, if you establish your business after that, you would not apply because they want you to have established your business by this past February. I hope that answered your question. Again, and that class will be February the 6th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's going to be totally virtual. You're going to be able to answer questions. It's going to be live, and you'll be able to, network with other people, make connections, and you will get more than your money's worth. The early bird special ends on February 15th, which is next week. So be sure to sign up. I do have another question. What other grants will they be coming out with? We're not sure as of right now, but EDIL, which is through the SBA, they are going to have another grant. And we hope as early as next week, but they are busy trying to get all this stuff together. Also, depending on where you live, if you're looking for grants, I would contact your city and your county, because a lot of these your local governments are offering grants. Also, I would just do random searches for grants in your area, because businesses, large corporations are giving out grants to small businesses at various times. So there may be an opportunity for grants there. The SBA does work through other entities to give out grant money. So you can go to grants.gov, and you can apply for grants as well there. And you can look on the SBA website, and they'll give you more information on grants that they have. Now, remember that PPP, even though it says loan, it is forgivable. So if you do the forgiveness part, then you're going to get free money just like you would through a grant. Also, just for my South Carolina people, SC Cares, if you haven't been notified or you're not on the, thank you, Q. If you're not on, if you haven't gotten an answer through your portal, you can go on the site, and they have a list of over 2,000 businesses that they have awarded funds to, and they have them. And I couldn't figure out the random order that they have them in, but you can to help you find or look for your name, then I would look by county. There is a column there under SC Cares, and you can look, and they've got full disclosure to tell you exactly who got the money, their business name, address, what county their business is registered to, and the exact amount that they received down to the penny. So if you are unsure and it's still saying in review and not approved, then I would look on there and see. And you don't want to mess with that or try to take it out. And I don't know that you can, but we don't know if they're going to come around with something else. And the people that are still under review, if they award more money, are you going to be in line for that? So they have awarded it to the people that met the November the 1st deadline, and that's up on the site. And then they're going to be distributing that money to those people. But we don't know what they're going to do with the additional applications that are in queue. You don't know. They might get funded more money and can approve more people. So I hope that Josh, answered your question as well.